We are rounding off the week in the usual way. This is our cozy minimalist planning and lifestyle chat. I've got a little update for you on the items I was decluttering in Monday's video. A few ideas for you for Mother's Day gifts, book talk. I'm answering your questions that come in, and as always, your choice of 4 self-care missions. So what are we hanging around for? Let's dive in. Diana Denmark here, rah rah rah. I am a routines coach and I'm here this year helping you to simplify and to thrive. Today is our cozy minimalist planning chat. We're on our spring schedule. I'm checking with you twice a week. On Monday, I do a 10-minute declutter with you in the current Flylady Zone and give you some ideas for cleaning. Friday, as I said, this is the day we're doing some planning, rounding off the week. Reading glasses on, let's get to it. This one is from Vicky Lee. What did you name your electric bike? Somehow I missed that one. So you know we're all big into cycling here in Denmark. Over half the population cycles to school and to work every day. I got an electric bike for my birthday 2 years ago, for my 55th birthday. I made a video about it and I told you that I was going to give it a name. The name I chose for it back then was Electra, electric bike. And I like all the kind of things to do with like Iron Man and futuristic stuff. So Electra is her name and she is still going very strong. She's all charged up. Love Electra. Right, next question. Amanda Paradis 5069. Okay, now Amanda is got a question about one of the swim caps that I showed you in Monday's video. I wasn't decluttering this one, but I was showing various swim caps. And Amanda Paradis, she says, I actually live right near where your swim cap is from, Newport, Vermont, USA. Lake Memphremagog, I'm not quite sure how you pronounce it, lies both in the USA and Canada and is said to have a monster, hence the little cartoon on the map. His name is Memphrey. I've never spotted him myself. Very small world indeed. And then she asks, Amanda says, not sure how someone from Cleveland, Ohio got the cap. Maybe she comes to a swim festival. You are bang on the nose, Amanda. I got this cap from my friend Margaret from Ohio, Cleveland. And Margaret is a friend of mine. She used to live just around the corner, actually. She was here in Copenhagen for a couple of years. Her husband was stationed here. Moved back a couple of years ago, and we were both in the Copenhagen Blue Tits, you know, the chill swimmers group. And when Margaret went back to Cleveland, she started up her own Blue Tits swim group, and they are called the Buckeye Blue Tits. So there you go. And Margaret goes to this. She's been to the swim festival a couple of times. She's encouraging us to come along sometime. You never know, wait and see. Marie018, question for Friday. Do you think Copenhagen is a great place for a young family? What are your suggestions for neighbourhoods? Thank you. I'm in Copenhagen and you've probably, unfortunately for all the wrong reasons, seen Copenhagen in your news this week. We had a huge fire at one of our most iconic buildings, 400-year-old, our old stock exchange. If you've ever visited Copenhagen and done the canal tour, like I always tell everybody you will have seen it. It's right next to Borgen, our parliament, and there was a spire with 3 dragon heads, the twisted spire, and we've all kind of been in shock since the fire. But anyway, to get back to your question, Marie, yes, Copenhagen is fabulous for young families. Work-life balance, the childcare, one of the safest places to live in the world. The Danes are one of the happiest nations in the world. And I know for many of my friends who are here from other countries who are based here for work or their spouses work, that they really love Copenhagen. So anyway, yes, definitely a great place for a young family and older families. I don't know the name on this one, but I know it's somebody in Australia because there's a wee Australian flag. So hi Diane, I know you wear your jackets more than once. Yeah, I love my blazers, always got a blazer on. But when they need cleaning, do you hand wash or get them dry cleaned? Actually, none of the above. What I usually do is I put them in the washing machine on a gentle wash. And usually, you know, with your washing machine, if you find that you don't have too many different programs, what I will do is I'll start a wash and then I will interrupt the wash after like 10 minutes and then put it onto a rinse and spin. Because I never use those programs that are hours long. So that's how I kind of get over that hurdle if there's not a kind of dedicated wash of what I want it to be. And once I've worn it, I will steam it. You saw me, I've got my steamer thing. I love using the steamer because it really cuts down on the wear and tear in your clothes, especially things like wool sweaters, blazers, and I never get things dry cleaned. I mean, I've occasionally done that, but it's really been for like a kind of winter coat. But even my winter coats now, most of them are hand wash. Susie462, and this isn't a question, actually. I can see it's a comment on Monday's video when I was in the bathroom decluttering and giving you some tips about cleaning. She says, Diane, I'm like one of Pavlov's dogs. As soon as I hear your voice, I'm off, cloth and spray bottle in hand. Just now I decluttered my bathroom cabinet, wiped down shelves, got rid of 2 empty toothpaste tubes that belonged to the husband, and an empty glasses wipes box. Refilled the soap dispenser, sorted out the sunscreen and mozzie repellents, shopped the cabinet for moisturiser to go in my bathroom upstairs, and put a new toothbrush on my list. Good work, rah, rah, rah. Rah, rah, rah to you, Susie. And I'm just trying to show you in these Mondays videos how much you can get done, and using the zone system, how it gives those little nudges that we just automatically do a few minutes here and there. And I'll let you know in a minute where we're going to be going next week for Flylady Cleaning Decluttering. This is from Made by Laura. That first poster you held up, she's talking about Monday's video, and actually I had to go and fish the poster out of the bin. That first poster you held up really prodded my memory. Was that a woofit? I had a pair of wellies with woofits on and I couldn't take them off, haha. So Laura, Made by Laura, she's referring to this poster, and I googled it and it is woofits. And then I thought to myself, hold on, I had something else. The picture was just coming back to me. I looked in my box of childhood photos, and guess what? I even have a Woofits photo book with photos of parties from when, goodness, no, that's me there. Oh my goodness. So there were. Trip down memory lane, and I've had so many comments from you about Holly Hobby, precious moments, and I'll just read out some of the names and some of the comments, because it turns out the poster that I showed you, it wasn't Holly Hobby. I think it was actually Sarah K. And some of the other posters were precious moments. Okay, so Linda Burris, Janice Davis, Beverly Martin, Loretta Zacharias, Yetta Watt, Sarah McLaughlin, Margaret Nugent. You all mentioned Holly Hobby, precious moments. One from Joanne Foley. Brings back memories. I remember having a Holly Hobby sticker book. I loved it. It's probably still in my mum and dad's loft. Susan McDaniel, precious moments posters. My mum collected the figurines as well. Okay, Afric744, I had Holly Hobby curtains. I think I had blue ones and my sister had brown. They were left in Hong Kong when we came home in 1980. I'd completely forgotten about them. Thanks for the trip down memory lane. Miss Stingfam named one of our girls Holly, and my mum reminded me that was the name of my favourite doll, Holly Hobby. Lucy Gallagher. Hi Lucy, regular commenter. I had a Holly Hobby flask and lunchbox. I may have had that too. It's beginning to ring bells in my 56-year-old head. Haiku5756. So much fun to see your posters. I had a Holly Hobby lunchbox as a kid in the US. Another Holly Hobby lunchbox. And remember this Mortal Coil and Cocteau Twins as favourites in college. And I also had Cocteau Twins posters. I really love your weekly check-ins. I donated 2 huge bags last week thanks to our time together. Thanks, Diane. Mary Faye, I still have my Holly Hobby doll. Not quite ready to let go yet, even at 56. And it turns out the Sarah Kay one that I had with the doll, with the girl that kind of looked a bit like Holly Hobby. It's Sarah Kay, and it was actually, the artwork was done by a lady from Australia called Vivian Kubos, I think that was the name. So there we go. We had such a trip down memory lane with those posters. And as much as enjoyed the trip down memory lane, I don't need to keep the posters. As you saw, I'm handing those on. And before we get into Mother's Day gifts, let me just tell you where we are moving next week for our decluttering and cleaning. As I said, we are on our spring schedule of videos, so I check in with you on Monday with a declutter video and some ideas for your cleaning, and Fridays are now doing the cozy minimalist planning and lifestyle chat. So we were working in zone 3 this week, the bathroom plus one other room. Next week we are moving forward again. We are moving into Flylady Zone 4, which is the master bedroom. Wardrobe, I've got a lot more to declutter there, so I'll see you on Monday for that. And Mother's Day this year, 2024, I don't know when you're listening to this video, is on Sunday the 12th of May, not to be confused with Mothering Sunday in the UK, which has already been and gone. And I just wanted to give you a couple of ideas for gifts. Remember, I don't do any sponsored content. This is just me kind of thinking out loud with stuff. And I also wanted to say to you, if you are a mother and if somebody is going to be giving you a gift, please think about it in advance and don't say, oh, I've got everything that I need. You know, start making a little list so that when somebody or when the family asks you, you've got that list ready. And this is something I should have got for my mum a few years back, because mum can't see very well. And it's a magnifying mirror, and you can get them all shapes and sizes. And the one that I've got, it's magnified 3 times and 7 times. And I found it really useful because you can change, you can put on the lights with it. It's a USB rechargeable one, daylight, evening light. And when your eyesight changes, it's really nice to have something like that. Anyway, that was one idea, maybe a magnifying mirror. How about a book? I actually ordered this myself and the family will wrap it up for me. And you know me, I get all my books from the local library. The only ones that I've kept, and I have them over at the Swedish summer house because I like to delve into them from time to time, are the Andrea Camilleri books, Inspector Montalbano. I have them all. Sadly, Andrea Camilleri, he died, was it 2 years ago now? And this is one of the final books. I think this is number 27. I have all of them, and I think there's maybe 20 and 29, and that is it. And something that I show you often when you see me decluttering in the garden shed, something that I found has been really useful is the little garden stool that I can sit on, and also it's got the little basket underneath, and I can keep all my gardening tools in it so that I can, for example, be listening to my cordless headphones when I'm doing some weeding. I can put my telephone in the basket, I've got my tools, and then every time I move along, I can move it along with me. So I'm not, because I used to have that problem, I would put down some tools in the garden and then go off to do something, and I couldn't remember where I had left them. So anyway, just a couple of ideas for you. And talking of books, let's get on to the book talk. So all my books come from our local library, and the ones that I've had on audio at the moment, I've just finished the one, Death at the Auction, E.C. Bateman. Really loved it, loved the narration. We'll be looking for more by that author. And the one that I just downloaded the other day, and I just love it so much, the books by J.M. Hall. And the one that I am listening to at the moment is A Clock Stopped Dead. And the narrator is Julie Hesmondhalgh. She is a brilliant narrator. And the books, they're about these retired school teachers, Pat, Liz and Thelma. And it's set in around Thirsk in the UK. And she does the accents, and it's just, I just love those books. So that's audio. And the ebooks that I've got, the ones that I'm reading, looking at the words, reading, and that I usually do before I go to bed. The audiobooks I listen while I'm doing my chores or doing unpleasant things that I don't like to do. Joe Silver, The Cornish Cure, still enjoying that one. And the other one I got from the library, I picked up that the other day, Rick Stein's Simple Suppers. Giving me a bit of inspiration for easy things for me and hubby to do. So yeah, really enjoying that one. And I've made a note of a couple of recipes and then can hand it back. And I've decluttered almost all my recipe books now. Right, and on to the self-care. I know many of you love these self-care missions because sometimes you've been thinking that self-care has to be going to the spa or doing something expensive. So I'm showing you here, it's just reframing what you think of as self-care. Right, number one. And remember, if you're enjoying the videos, give me a wee pat on the back by liking, subscribing. If you could really share my videos with a friend or in a decluttering group, an organising group, hygge group, that really helps me. I'm trying to get to 100,000 subscribers. That would be a real pat on the back for me. You know, I don't do the sponsored content. Anyway, let me know down below 1, 2, 3 or 4, or maybe all 4 of them. Number one, something to do with animals. Now, maybe you can walk the neighbour's dog. I love watching the birds in the little bird feeder that we have on our window in the kitchen. Go and feed the ducks. If you've got a local park, go and feed the ducks. There's just something about, you know, animals that's so relaxing. Mission number 2, something to do with Mother's Day. Either arrange something for somebody you know, a female friend, something for yourself. Let the family know what you would like as a gift. Hint, hint. Plan to have a special afternoon tea at home, meet friends and go out. But get planning now, don't leave it till the last minute. Mission number 3, and we have been working in Flylady Zone 3 at the bathroom this week. How about taking a bubble bath? Do you have a bathtub and you never use it, or you think it's only for the winter? Have a nice bubble bath in the middle of the day if you're at home. Pedicure. I did my toenails last weekend because I was going out to a fancy party, and I thought, oh, it was time to redo those. If you can't do your toenails yourself, maybe book an appointment with the chiropodist. Have you got some conditioner that you've never used for your hair? Take a couple of moments in the morning and use some essential oils. I like to put a couple of dabs of essential oil on the back of the shower wall, and then when the water hits it, it just makes me feel like I'm in a spa. Remember, with essential oils, be careful if you've got pets, allergies, asthma, blah, 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 blah. Mission number 4 is to smell the flowers. Literally smell the flowers. Now, I know I say to you all the time, get outside, feel nature. It really is just this most simple things. When Vibeke and Helena and I, you know, me and my besties, we were down for a swim the other morning. It was really, really cold, but beautiful sunshine. And when we cycled back through the forest, there's just a day in spring that we say, whoa, we've got to stop, get off the bikes and just look at the anemones in the forest. It's just the most beautiful sight. I'm showing you it here. And it's one of those really, like, being out in nature is just bigger than you are. And for a moment, you're just going to forget everything that is going on, all the kind of awful things that you hear in the news. It just really helps. It just gives us that little spark of hope. So 1, 2, 3 or 4. And a wee update on our previous missions. Remember, we were talking about London fog, the drink. And I did a wee bit of digging and I found out it's got nothing to do with Britain, because I'm thinking, I'm from Britain, I've never heard of London fog. That was in our self-care mission from 5th of April, if you want to go back and see what we're talking about. London fog was invented by a lady, I think it was in Canada, like in 2010 or 2014. So there you go. It hasn't been around long, London fog. And our self-care missions from 12th of April was to go for your mammogram or book a dentist appointment. And I have booked my appointment with the dentist, go me, and I'm going there next week. And whenever I've got something that I really don't like, I always make sure to plan something nice for just after it. I always ask for an appointment first thing in the morning, so that's kind of over and done with. And my dentist is really nice. They're really sweet and very calming. And oh, du er så god, Diane. They're just so sweet. Lost the plot now, what I was going to say. But I don't like to be going to the dentist at the end of the day, because then I've got all day to think about it. So anyway, I've got my dentist appointment booked, so go me. So remember to let me know down below, 1, 2, 3 or 4. I hope you're going to have a fabulous weekend. Later today, I have the AGM of my link group, the Ladies International Network Copenhagen. We've been invited to dinner at my son's apartment. We're going out to see a Danish comedian, Niels Hausgaard. I've got swimming with the Blue Tits Chill Swimmers group. Also starting the celebrations for my friend Sue's birthday. My friend Sue, she turns 60 this year. Vibeke turns 60 this year. So there's a lot of 50th birthdays and 60th birthdays. And you know, when Sue's involved, there's a lot going on. She is swimming over to Sweden. You heard that right. She's swimming from Copenhagen over the water to Sweden as one of her challenges to herself this year. So a lot of things going on for me this weekend, and usually I don't like to have them I can only do like 3 social things a week. Because I know a lot of you think that I'm an extrovert. I'm really, in the social thing, I'm not, unless I'm with people that I really trust and know well, and then I'm extrovert. But usually I stick to like 3 social functions. So there's a lot going on, but all good stuff. So anyway, I'm going to get packed up. I hope I've given you a wee bit of inspiration today. I shall see you on Monday for more decluttering. Woohoo! And all I've got left to say is live long and prosper. May the Danish spring hygge be with you. And I shall see you on Monday with the wrap. Okay, bye for now.